Yeah, we in the building. What's going on? Go
I
Sam,
see.
go ahead and get your promo in there right quick so the folks can see. People just joining in. Got your 20th anniversary coming up.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. We're trying to make it do what it do.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
gonna try to. There it is, right there. There it is, right there.
There
Yeah,
you
man. 20 years in stand-up comedy, trying to make it do what it do. Just excited and motivated about it, man. Got a nice show lined up for you. A couple special guests. Good times, brother. Good times. 20 years. I'm gonna go hamburger. You already know.
go.
At the Orlando Improv, tickets already on sale right now. Tickets on sale right now. It's definitely social distancing. Definitely wear your mask. Definitely following all the guidelines. Definitely gonna check your temperature. Definitely gonna make sure you're all right. We're only doing half the room because of COVID. So I did lower price tickets since I can only get half the people. $10 tickets. You can get tables of 2 or 4. So $20 or $40. And you ready, man. You ready. You ready to rock steady, baby. We are ready.
Well, that's what's up. Come on in. Come on in. I see my man Shane here. What's going on? Hey,
What
big
up, Top?
big congratulations to my man Shane. He booked a recurring role coming up. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying? In that TV star role. My man says happy
Woo.
anniversary.
Oh, appreciate that, fam.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, dog.
Joni says congratulations. Yeah, man.
All
So
right.
that's big, brother. 20 years. I remember going to the show last year for your 19, so I know 20 is gonna be even better because we had a great time last year. A lot of our friends that came
hmm
out and had a good time. So looking forward to
hmm
it, man. My man said,
Hey, man.
"Yeah, Shane, said, I'm gonna be there with my life to change." Man, I can't wait to hear what it is, Shane. And I know you've been putting in the work, so congrats, my brother. But yeah,
Mm.
and then tomorrow night, well, no, this was the week where the show premiered, and so you
hmm
all gonna continue to do it. And I know y'all got another show Tuesday night. Talk about
hmm
that a little bit.
The new television show, it's called Funny, Not Famous. It's for hot comedians coming up that you may not know. They're not a household name, but they need that TV credit. So we're giving young up and coming comics that have paid their dues somewhat and are TV ready an opportunity, man, to showcase their talent on Afrotainment television, Afro TV, if you will. We'll be taping that show Tuesday night at the Afrotainment Studios here in Orlando, Florida. So myself, Rod Z, James John, and Mike Herlihy, a couple comedians that's gonna grace the stage for the live TV taping, and that show will air every Saturday night, and we'll tape it on Tuesday. So if you want to be, if you're in Central Florida, you will be part of the studio audience on Tuesday nights for the comedy show. Will work.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Oh
Got
man, excited, man,
a lot
excited.
going
Hey man,
on.
I heard great things. Great thing. You talking about me, man? Blessings. Improv February the 18th, and tomorrow night the 19th. I'm sorry, Tuesday night the 19th of January.
Yeah.
We'll be at the Afrotainment Studios taping the TV show, along with the regular weekly show we have, the Lowdown with James John. So, but for you, my man, you were at the film festival over the weekend. I know how it goes.
Hey, yeah, yeah. Last weekend with the show, I already told the show story about it, but we couldn't get no recognition. But it was all good, man. I don't know anything that's going to happen with that. From here on forward, we're supposed to be in more film festivals beyond that, but we'll
hmm
see how that goes from there, man. My commercial just started airing. Caught myself a couple of times with Devado. You're just gonna see this side of my face right quick for a minute, but I'm in there. You can see my body. So just continue to move along, man. I had a lot of great auditions this week. The audition taping is going well, making a difference and helping people out with that. Really enjoying that. So that is what it is, brother.
Hey
So
man, congrats,
we get
congrats,
on.
bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. We get on to this couple topics that we got for tonight, and this
hmm
is MLK weekend, Martin Luther the King
Luther
Jr.
King.
holiday celebration weekend. So it brought a question to my mind, and I want to have this conversation with you. And of course, everybody joining us in the comments, you chime in as well.
hmm
Would we as a people, would we be better off, worse off, or about the same if MLK was still alive? All right, y'all got it. I'll repeat it. If Martin Luther King Jr. was still alive, had never been assassinated, would we as a people be better off, worse off, or about the same? What you think, Type?
It's hard, man,
Mm-hmm.
to say. You know what I'm saying? I would hope and pray that we would be better off,
Mm-hmm.
but unfortunately, um, we would probably be around the same. And I say that because of this. It's 2021, and that was what 65, 68 when the Martin Luther King gets assassinated, 1968. So 68 to 78, 78 to 88, 88 to 98, 98 2008, 2008 2018. It's 50 years before you saw the black president, almost. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we would have made some advancements in politics, but the movement was so crucial. And at the time he died, King was moving more towards the aggressive stuff, and Malcolm X was moving more towards the not so aggressive stuff. Which brings me to the shouts out to Regina King. I don't know if you ever watch our show, sister, but I saw that one night in Miami.
Okay.
Have you? Ooh, man, it's amazing. You need to.
I watched it.
Okay, yeah, it was amazing with Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, Sam Cooke, and oh, it's four of them. Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown,
Yeah, that's
Sam Cooke. No, it's four of them.
okay. Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown, Sam Cooke, and Malcolm X.
Yeah, Malcolm X. There you go. And how they were all friends, and how that night kind of changed their life. And that's the night that and so that's what brings me to.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the movie, Jim Brown went to see a friend of his, the older white guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a former coach or whatever.
Yeah. Wouldn't let him in the house.
Yeah, but they sat on the porch. It didn't make sense because they sat on the porch. They dreamed lemonade. They had great conversation. And thought us, oh, we need to move this furniture. And Jim was like, let me help you. And then the white he had been talking to for an hour had been his friend, and everything was cool. Like, nah, we don't allow no N words in the house. I'm like, dang.
And was casual with it, like, nigga, what you doing? You know your black ass can't come in this house. He was real like casual about it, like, yeah, of course you know you can't come.
You know you can't come in the house.
And it was very jarring just how matter of fact it was. And I think we need to point out it's based off a play. It didn't actually happen, but it's based on a play that's based off other true events that happened. But they kind of put this together and was kind of like trying to show a picture of what would happen if these four legends, these four luminaries got together. And it was a good movie. I kind of had some sideways feelings about it. I'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay. Okay, but to bring it full circle. Yeah, to bring it full circle. I just think it was so much going on at that time. Would Martin Luther King be what John Lewis was? Or would Martin Luther King be, would he have ran for president? You know what I'm saying? It's so many factors, like, because he had became so popular. And then those were the times, and forgive me, and if I come up missing tomorrow, you know why, because of this statement right here. Those were the times that, believe it or not, I just strongly feel like the FBI was after our black leaders, you know what I'm saying? And they had to walk and tread lightly.
Yeah.
So those were outspoken people, and Dr. King being so outspoken and then having such power. And so did Malcolm X. Yeah. And then to see the downfall on the other side, they try to always get him and say, man, he had all these women and he was womanizing.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? All this other stuff.
Yeah.
Which not necessarily every man, but nobody is without
perfect. Yeah.
Sin. Yeah, but the man had a good, he had a good points. He moved the country. He moved he moved us as a people. So everybody ain't gonna be Barack Obama, who walk by the book, but he had a strong woman in his back. You know what I'm saying? So I say about the same. I would hope and pray that it would be different, but I say about the same because it's not us as a people that had to change. It was the rest of America.
Right.
It was the people that just stormed the Capitol.
Right.
There was more of them then than it is now.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Hayes. Appreciate you watching. If you're on YouTube, man, by all means, hit that subscribe button, the notification button, and all that good stuff. We appreciate you, brother. If you're just joining us, the question is, would we be better off, worse, or the same if Martin Luther King was still alive? And I have to echo your sentiments, brother. I agree. I'm somewhere between worse and the same, and here's why.
Okay.
I think we not just as black people, but just as human beings, we tend to build things up and tear them down. We tend to tune people out after a certain while. And to your point, you touched on it a little bit. I think eventually, they would have slandered him based off the fact that he had, extramarital affairs. They would have slandered him on that. They would have continued to discredit him. And I think other people, even though he and Malcolm was starting to come together a little bit, you still had these other factions of civil rights leaders and, the factions of the Nation of Islam that wasn't getting along with Malcolm, that were trying to jockey for the spotlight. They wanted to be the main leaders and the people that was running things and things like that. So I think human nature just would have eventually, we would have never unified the way I think we should have and could have if we would put things aside like, okay, you're a Christian, I'm a Muslim, and well, I want my group to get the shine and you want your, if we could put all that aside and it'll be much better. But to your point, over time, we've seen that we've continued to fail to do that. And I think just human beings in particular, we say we want a leader, but we want the leader that we want, not the leader that we have, and then fall in line and just, do what's right for the greater good. So without him, unfortunately, it sucks to say this, without him being killed, we never have that moment of reflection, that light a fire under people's ass to get them out there protesting, get them out there rioting, to get people to actually move. And a lot of times that's what change requires. Like, you can talk to a person till you're blue in the face. You can ask them, you can plead with them, you can be nice to them. But as soon as you go across that head or you tear up something, they listening. And we saw it this summer. We saw it this summer. People have been marching and protesting all along. But then when you start tearing up shit, when you start shutting down highways and shutting down businesses, now you got the attention. So it's interesting to say. Jonas says J. Edgar was still alive and his tutu wearing behind would have found a way to neutralize it. Hey, that's a good point. Yeah, the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover was a big problem.
Yeah, they definitely.
Yeah. He says, in what capacity? No, just if he was still alive and continuing to do what he was doing before he was killed, Kyle. Just if he was still alive, never been killed, and he was, still trying to lead and trying to make movements, would we be better off, worse, or about the same, man? Unfortunately, it sucks. I think because we in the time we in now, Mike, we saying it's about the same because these people have had so much time, us included. We've had time to kind of change and clean up some things in our neighborhoods too, and we just haven't done it.
Yeah, and I think so he would have did voter rights. He would have done, job placement. He would have done stuff for women. I think it would have been less civil rights stuff now because there'd been more issues to fight for. I think we'd have probably had a black president before 2010 or 20. No. How long? But it'd been president 4 years. So 2012, is that what it was?
2008 was when he. 2008. Yeah. 2008.
So.
You know what?
8 to 12.
So and that's an interesting point because you remember Jesse ran like, what was that, early 80s, late 70s or something like that. Jesse ran. I think MLK probably would have had Jesse's spot. And you know how we kind of tuned Jesse out. We started treating Jesse like, okay, Jesse always around when the camera's around. But sometimes that's what you need to be because he was the face. He kind of took up the baton from when him and Sharp, and they kind of took up the baton of the Christian reverend leaders that was trying to organize stuff. So I think if he never would have passed, he kind of would have just held that spot that they had. And they did some good. They did a lot of good, but they also, their message got old, and it got to be the same. And people get tired of marching, they get tired of speeches and stuff like that. I think we just wouldn't have been as fired up if he would have continued to be alive and just doing the same thing.
I agree with you, man. It's hard to say because there's so much that has happened.
That's a good topic. That's a good topic,
bro. And would he have changed? Would he have still been marching, or would he have organized something different? Would he be more like the Black Panther Party? You know what I'm saying? Like how not necessarily radical, but how far right would Dr. King have gone? And then he just came during the time of transition, the integration of schools. He just came at the right time. And think, man, if it wasn't no Dr. King, where would we be? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, that was.
Not necessarily today, but even back then, like we were still fighting for our rights. It was just a trying time. Hey, coach, I think the same. The system will find a way to distract us. They know they have a 7 day attention span. They know we have a 7 day attention.
Man, yeah.
Well, I drank to that, coach, because it's a lot going on.
And even though back then you didn't have as much going on, you didn't have social media, you didn't have a
Right.
50,000 channels, you didn't have subscriptions and all that. It still was that's human nature. It's like after a while, the message becomes dulled and people want the hot new thing. And you probably would have had a younger, more militant leader that came about that kind of they probably would have clashed, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just how
Yeah.
humans are. Not even just a black-white thing. That's just how human beings are.
Yeah. Confrontation and contrast.
Yeah.
But I think it would have been. But I mean, then you got to. If you say Malcolm, what if you say Martin, then what about Malcolm?
Well, if Malcolm would have still been alive. Now I think, and see, this is where my personal preference comes in. I think we would have been a little better off if Malcolm would have still been alive.
Because he had a different vision.
He had a more clear agenda for specifically helping and empowering Black people.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas MLK's message was more about unity and equality. He was more focused on the political side about getting rights and laws passed, which was tremendous. Don't get me wrong. We needed both of them. If both of them were still alive, then, oh, yeah, absolutely. Everybody would be better off because then they could have came together, hopefully. But if we just had Malcolm and we would have had that vision of continuing to build each other up, protect each other by any means necessary, building Black business, building the Black family, I think that would have continued to progress us in a better way, because then I don't think we're as easily divided. I don't think we're as easily distracted because the Muslims, they was more disciplined, man. Let's just be real. They was more disciplined and they was more rugged. They would go at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm with you, bro. And let's see what she says. Go ahead.
I think the Black church would have looked different had he lived. His message was shifting. Yeah, they killed him before he was shifting.
Yeah.
I said, until we are there for the movement and not the moment, we will not make significant strides. I'm with
you. Yeah. And I think Malcolm was more towards the movement.
Yeah.
Black schools, educating our brothers and sisters. I think it was more of that.
Yeah.
And I think we would have been all right.
Yeah.
Martin, like I said, he was fighting for the equality. So he wanted the desegregation and the fighting for the getting into schools.
Yeah.
But I mean, be honest, like, we desegregated now. Are we still treated different or no?
No.
No. then
and history has shown tight that it had a negative effect on the Black family.
The integrating of schools.
Integration, yeah, it did, because what you did was you had and Jonah, you did this topic once. You talked about exceptionalism, where you had the few who were exceptional and who were maybe tapped on to move up. They were put as symbols of, see, you can do it if you just do this, that, and then if you assimilate and all of that stuff. But the vast majority, gets left behind and they don't get built up. And then you have the situation where, the welfare comes in and they say the Black father can't be in the household and things like that. The nation and Malcolm was against all of that stuff. They didn't want that. They wanted to keep the Black family,
Black people with Black family,
keep the Black man in the household and building up. And integration really robbed us of that, and it took away our economic and our family structure. So yeah, you gotta, when we look at the evidence after the past 50 years,
you kind of lean towards Malcolm.
Yeah, because, Jody, you said the Black church, that was a big issue. Christians and Muslims didn't want to mix back then. We should have been joining forces. Like, it don't matter what God you believe in. We are the same color. We are in the same situation. We need to be
Yeah.
coming together for that. But that
That's
one,
the problem.
that was the division. So that's why I think we agree. If Malcolm would have lived, it probably would have been the same, because that whole message and trying to mix in and get them to love us and like us and all of that shit, that would have continued to go. But Malcolm was like, man, let's just take care of each other.
Mm-hmm. And I think if we do us first, we can still. It's like Wakanda.
Yeah,
If we take care of ourselves first, then we can help the world too. But
right,
we got to be straight first.
right.
So I see that, man. I
Yep.
I,
That's
I
a good
wish. Yo, that's a great question, bro. I wish. And
integration.
hold on a second.
I got you while you're yawning. Integration also took away our ability to write and educate our own stories, including our African history. Yeah, man. See, we thought,
Yeah.
and we can move on after this, because I know we got some good stuff, other good stuff to talk about. But yeah, we thought it was a good thing because we thought we was gonna be getting all the nice stuff that they got, and we was gonna get all the education that they got, and we thought we all was gonna get it, but it was just a select few people that got bust here and bust there. But the ghetto still stayed the ghetto, the hood still stayed the hood. They still was redlining, they were still doing all this stuff, and that's why we've been stuck. We got pretty much same unemployment, the same housing, home ownership rates as we did 50 years ago.
Right. And I guess that's what bothers me. That's why it's so important. Not necessarily to send your child to the black college. I get it. You want the finest of education, but you want to support the black institutions. But you can always go to grad school somewhere else. You can always, I just think that, and even though I didn't graduate from FAMU, and I love FAMU to death because I'm from Tallahassee, I've been going to FAMU since I was 7. Football games, basketball games, summer programs. I just always was set on going to FAMU.
Yeah.
I wanted to play basketball, but I wouldn't. At the time, the coach said I wasn't worthy. But it didn't affect me, man. That's what I loved about FAMU. It was all competition.
Yeah.
From trying to date the girls to trying to dress the best to trying to just be the best. And I get what I have in me and why I think I've been successful. Is I pattern myself after the band. The Marching 100 practice early in the morning, late at night. They would come back after practice and practice.
Stanking. They used to walk in the door stanking because they was out there working and marching all day long.
And I don't know why they didn't have no noise ordinance back then. Because I promise you, bro, I can name all the time. They practice 6:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
They practice 5:30, 6, 7 at night. And then certain sections, depending on who it was, came back at 10 and practiced again on the patch. But it showed.
Yeah.
And to me, that type of dedication made them the best band in the land. And that's why I give them the credit. And the drum majors and the discipline, going back to your word, discipline is what made them good. I'll transition now into our relationship question. This happened to me, bro, and I don't know how America gonna take this on. And we was talking the other day, and we was laughing and joking, but so I'm a straight man, and I'm attracted to women of all shapes, colors, and sizes, I will admit. But I have never been attracted to another man. And another man is like semi approaching me, and I had never had that happen. It's like he doing like little stuff. Like I was oh man, bro, it's noticeable now to me. Before I was like not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was standing up talking. This was, I guess, my final straw. I was standing up talking to some people, and I was leaning against the wall, and the gentleman walked behind me and kind of like not necessarily grabbed me on my hip, but kind of touched me on my hip in the wrong. Like I would never touch another man around his waist.
Right.
Oh man, that's that. But I don't know if he joking and playing because he know I'm not gay, or if he trying to make a pass at me. So with the climate the way it is in the country, like how do I properly say, look, bro, I'm not interested without being offended, without causing a big ass scene, and then the whole gay community be against you? Like I'm friendly with everybody. I don't care if you're gay, straight, or whatever. I'm here to do my job. But I'm not disrespectful in any way towards that.
Okay.
And because I'm open to, okay, if you're a lesbian or if you get, like I'm friendly with everybody, bro. But I ain't never like try to flirt with this dude. I ain't give him the impression like let's go for drinks because you like what you like and I like what I like, but that ain't got shit to do with this job.
Yeah.
but you invade my personal space, I have a problem. How
So
do I properly tell him, leave me the
so
fuck alone?
so he didn't necessarily say something in addition to that. He just grabbed you around the waist.
He grabbed me around the waist like, hey, y'all have a good day. It's either have a good day or what's up, bro, or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he was walking, he kept walking. So he did it in passing me, like
Oh,
on some slick sly shit.
oh, okay.
But another day I was in the office and there's a lady that kind of do your makeup and stuff like that, which I despise. I don't like makeup, but I'm on TV, so I gotta
Yeah, you
do
got.
it. So with the makeup, I closed my eyes and let the lady put the stuff in, and Buddy came in the makeup room and like, hey man, y'all late or whatever. But he whispered like he was dead, like right in my ear, like this close, like way too fucking close.
Oh,
So
okay.
now I don't know if he playing or if he really like trying to be slick sly about the shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what my point is to our followers, to our listeners, what's a
Yeah.
polite way to tell him going on about your goddamn business?
Yeah. Y'all put something in the comments, man. I mean, I'm always a big fan of being direct, and you might have to pull him to the side and just be like, "Hey, man, I don't want
I don't rock like that.
I don't want to be rude or anything, but it just seems like you got a different energy towards me, man. And I don't really
Yeah,
fuck
and
with
that
it."
ain't my vibe, bro.
So I'm gonna tell you that. So one time something similar happened to me.
Okay.
This was a long time ago, back when I was selling insurance. So back
Okay.
then I was I was mixing and mingling with everybody. I would go to these little networking events, and then I was
Okay.
prospecting all the time. I was trying to get that money, even if it was like a happy hour. I was prospecting. I had my cards and all that stuff ready. So, and this would include sometimes, you see a person that looked like they're gainfully employed, and
Yeah.
you step to him on a business tip. So I gave this dude my card one day, it was like, and there's probably, see, you got to watch what you say to things. You got to watch what you say to people sometimes. I probably gave him my card and I said something that I say to people all the time, which is, call me if you need anything. Oops.
Yeah.
So like this happened with this dude. So old boy called me, right? He called me in the office. And he started telling me, where he work and all that. I'm still on business mode. So I'm like, yeah, man, I help with, insurance and retirement plans, yada, yada, yada. He's like, well, I'm okay with that. But, I work at Target. So, let me know if you need anything. I said, I'm straight, man. And then that's when he just came out with it. It was just like, asked me if I wanted to go out with him and stuff like that. So I got to be direct, bro. I was like, look, man, I got a lady. I don't swing that way, man. I appreciate you, but let me know if you need some insurance. So you out there with that shit.
So he trying to get you a red shirt, baby. He wants you to
He wanted to give me the employee discount, bro.
I get it, man. And don't get me wrong, bro. I have gay friends. I guess I've never just been in that situation. And now I'm like, okay, is he playing? Okay, is this nigga serious?
Tasha said, he trying.
Well, he can keep on trying, Tasha, because I like Tasha's. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta watch what you say. So I'm trying to get somebody to tell me what can I say to him without him going to HR on me and saying, "Oh, Tight Mike is homophobic over there." Set boundaries on your personal space. Say that space is reserved for your special lady, so you appreciate him and respect in that space.
Well, you know what? Based off what you said, like it's hard for you to say anything right now because he hasn't said anything. So you right, you got to be careful because if you go and you make it a big deal and he didn't say anything, nobody saw him say anything. And
the makeup lady heard him in my ear and like he was way too close. Like I had to give him the Heisman to get up off me type thing, and I'm like, okay, well maybe he just got it wrong. But now the second time, which is great, when he tried to bump me on my little shoulder or whatever, that should be on the camera with him trying to touch me on my shoulder. He said, just call him what? Just call him what?
Just tell him an offensive gay joke and blame it on being a comedian. If he gets mad, I don't know about that. You gonna get that mad?
Yeah, don't do me like that. That's gonna be something.
Yeah.
That's gonna So I think that's a great topic. I just The same respect that we afford women, you know what I'm saying, in the workplace.
Yeah.
I think that we should afford men also.
So have
And
you?
don't get me wrong, I'm really receptive and cool because I'm in entertainment. There are a lot of people with alternative lifestyle. I respect what they do.
Yeah.
I don't say offensive jokes towards them. I don't do gay jokes and things like that in my routine. But for dude to, like the touching me around my hip part is too much. And that's why I draw the line.
I think you could pull it to a side and address that. Just like, hey man, the other day you grabbed my hip, man. I don't really like people in my personal space like that, man. So just
Yeah.
if we can
Yeah.
keep that. Let's make sure that don't happen again. I think you'll be all right. I don't, because then what can he say? He can't go to HR and be like, "Hey, Mike told me I couldn't touch you no more." I mean, you know you ain't supposed to be touching people in the workplace.
You know you ain't supposed to be touching
You
people
know you
around
ain't supposed to be. Everybody knows that.
here. Bruh. It
I
got me.
said,
What it said?
he did enough by touching the ways. Telling me it ain't my time.
You definitely ain't my cup of tea.
Ain't
Like
my
I just
baby.
but I didn't give him no signals. I'm not no feminine acting dude. I don't know what that was.
Hey
But
man,
we're gonna get to the bottom of it Tuesday though.
there you go.
I don't want to say the bottom of it. That's not the right thing to say, but we're gonna get some closure. Yeah, we're gonna get some closure.
You know, stay on top of things.
No, I'm not. No, we're gonna get some closure. There you go with the jokes now. See, there you go. Everybody got jokes, but it ain't him.
This is acting funny. We supposed to be funny. We did some serious shit earlier. We talking shit now.
When I'm talking shit, I'm out of liquor. But hey
Oh
man,
no! Oh no! Oh,
tradition, bro? What should we do? Which is, I think, the final funny because black people barbecue for every damn holiday it is.
yeah.
What should we be doing for Dr. King's birthday? Like,
That's a good question, man. I'm shit.
not how do you celebrate, but like what should you be doing? And I apologize, man. My battery went dead on my device here, so I had to plug it up. That's why I'm leaning halfway in and out.
Oh,
So
okay.
I got it plugged up. Yeah, because
You good? Well,
normally,
obviously with COVID, all the parades and all the
yeah,
parties, which them parties, y'all, them flyers, the flyers where you got Martin Luther King in the Dickie suit and the baseball cap and the chains. Y'all need to stop that shit. That's
yeah. They wouldn't do that if he was alive. They wouldn't have did him like that.
trying to get the man. Y'all need to stop that. But I like how the NBA has always done. Me being a sports fan, the NBA always has a nice slate of basketball games, and they show speeches and they honor his legacy. I know Atlanta has always got something going on with that. So just stuff like that, I think, is a good moment if you got kids to further educate your kids beyond that nonsense that the curriculum at school is going to do. You can go a little more in depth. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way to do it, especially now that we're in COVID times. It's just take an opportunity to just educate yourself or educate your kids and do something that's more towards the message, man. That's all I can think of.
Do something towards the message.
What I say? He said he was out there fishing. Oh, he's still talking about your story. Okay.
He was out there fishing, hoping to catch a what? Wait, he was out there fishing, hoping to catch a what?
Catch a big shark.
Glad you didn't bite, Mike. That's funny.
Jody
Yeah.
Well, y'all don't know if you remember that. Yeah, the Target dude. I was like, man, what is going on? Okay, Jody says each one teach one day. We should volunteer to mentor kids, empower them, educate them, and tell them how to change the world. Yeah. Somebody should do that.
They too busy listening to NBA YoungBoy.
Right.
Yeah.
Blueface and all this. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's a good weekend. A lot of people. So tomorrow I gotta work, which is good. It's not hey, gotta get that paper, dog. Gotta get that paper. I got a commercial coming. I forgot to say that at the beginning. So I'm shooting another commercial Tuesday, but I gotta do my fitting tomorrow. So I'm gonna honor Dr. King by getting this paper. That's what I'm gonna do.
He fought for you to get that job at equal pay. How about that? He marched for all of that.
There you go.
It's all good. And for those of y'all that feel like you're missing a football game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are up 30-20
Oh yeah. Okay.
with 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Drew Brees just threw an interception, led to a Tom Brady touchdown.
man. And I heard Drew Brees is retiring at the end of the season, so that might be his last pick.
Well, yeah, he got 5 minutes to get 10 points.
Yeah.
So
It'll be
we'll see what's
cool.
going on.
It would be cool because Super Bowls at Raymond James. It would be cool to see a home team host the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah, it's never happened.
Yeah.
And since it can't be my Dolphins, I guess I'll go ahead and root for my former home. I used to live in Tampa. I love Tampa. So if they can take it home, I'm with it. It's all good.
Tampa is a party city. I love Tampa too.
Yeah,
Tampa. I just don't. Back when the Bucks was winning the championship, they had a defense that you just couldn't beat.
Oh yeah. Total defense. That's the cover two Tampa 2 defense.
Tampa 2 was something.
Got their own name for it. That's how dominant they were.
Mm-hmm.
Them, and I used to like watching them, and I used to watch the Ravens back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah,
the Ray Lewis original Ray Lewis days.
Back when you could knock somebody the hell out and stay in the game.
Absolutely.
Can't do that no more.
No, you can't do that no more.
Yeah, man. We could remind the people what you got going on, man, so they can tune in and put your social media out there. Start winding this thing up.
I hear you, big dog. Tight Mike Comedy on all your social media. Tight Mike Comedy on all your social media. This Tuesday, I'll be taping, of course, live TV taping at Afro Studios in Orlando, Florida. New show called Funny Not Famous, hosted by James John. Of course, you can catch me weeknights. Our Comcast Xfinity viewers on channel 1623 on the Lowdown with James John at 7 p.m. 7:30 and 10:30, I think it is, on Xfinity Comcast. February 18th is my comedy anniversary. It'll be at the Orlando Improv. Thank you so much, Essex. That was right on time, brother.
Hey, man. Hey, I got to do the right thing around here.
Hey, man, and you will be the first one. If you can make it to this event, you'll be the first ones able to purchase my brand new Tight Mike shot glasses.
You got you some shot glasses, man.
Got me some shot glasses, dog, and we're gonna make it happen, man. What you got going, dog?
Like I say, I'm shooting a commercial this week. Lots of auditions going on. My actors out there, y'all come holler at your boy. Get these tapes, get these shows and these films booked up. Holler at me at that number right there at the bottom of your screen, and just continue to pump it out, man. Trying to make this year get off to a rousing start.
That's good, man. That's good. I'm happy for you, brother, and all your success.
I'm saying we want to. Yeah, we're gonna be in the building.
I got.
Go ahead and get these tickets, Joni.
Oh yeah.
I'm taking you, right? I'm taking you. Okay.
Oh, this brother here. Yeah, this brother here. Hey, keep it up, bro. Keep it. You gonna be living off them shot glasses. Keep it up. Oh yeah, keep it up.
Yeah.
Well, hey man, I love you. Tell people where they can find you socially.
Hey, y'all see the name right there in the corner left, Essex O'Brien on your Facebook and your Twitter, at Actorman Essex on Instagram. And y'all stay tuned, man. If you see me on TV, take a shot, send it to me. And we're going to see y'all next week. All right, I know we said we're going to do this. we said we was going to do it this week, but we forgot. And we on autopilot. So we're going to try again next week at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock. But y'all just keep it locked, man. We appreciate your support and y'all joining in with us this week. Shout out to Latasha, you know what I'm saying? New viewer. I haven't seen you before, so we want to appreciate you for joining.
Oh, yeah. Latasha, that's Orlando gal. Hey, Latasha, thank you. She come and support the comedy shows, too. Next week, 8 o'clock. We'll see you guys. Appreciate you.
Brother.
See you soon, brother.
All right, now.
Later.